All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Down South Up North. Hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. Matt, dude, the sports world over this weekend, the past couple of days has been crazy, man. This episode could be like 2.5 hours long.
It
About all the sports down in Georgia, dude, down
could.
in Georgia, down south. But nah, man, we're gonna be talking a little baseball today. But how you doing, dude?
I'm doing good. It was a wild weekend. Your Bulldogs. I sincerely apologize, but
Ah,
I don't give a
damn
piss.
tide, dude.
I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, man. Nah, I hate both teams actually. But dude, your boy Kirby had not lost a regular season game since 2019. And
42 straight regular
that
season
streak
games.
got snapped. But that's not the games we're talking about today, dude. I think we can both take a deep breath. I'm glad our teams are rivals on the field, but friends off the field. They were celebrating together after the crazy doubleheader on Monday, and yeah, That's why this episode is a little bit later today, because both of us, and I'm sure Kyle, you can speak to this too, just kind of analyzing like what the hell happened, dude. I mean, the Mets on June 2nd had a 8% chance to make the postseason, and here they are. So yeah, that's my spiel, but we'll get into it in the athletic alert.
Man, it was, oh God, dude, the emotions for game one. I worked all day. I come home. I couldn't watch the first half of the game, so like I picked it up in the seventh, and Schwallenbach was just pitching a gym. He was going crazy. And I remember it said on the top above the scoreboard, it said like win percent for the
Oh,
Mets.
yeah, that's I believe they've had that for a few years, but I hate that,
Yeah,
dude.
they
I
have.
hate that win percentage. It is
Yeah,
it like I understand it's statistically correct, but they're just playing mind games at that point.
yeah, dude, it said like 6% for the Mets. And I just had a gut feeling, dude. I took a shower and I got done. I checked my phone and it said Braves are 6 outs away from the postseason. And it just something in my head, I was like, I just don't like that. I don't like that at all. And I sat down and watched the rest of the game, and Swallenbach gave up like a bloop single or something, and uh, Snit came out and pulled him, and then we put in Joe Jimenez or whatever his name is, and when he took the bump, the Mets just saw a big beach ball coming in every
Yeah.
time he threw a pitch, dude. It was just hard hit after, like, I can't even be mad at it. It's not like they're just hitting like a bloop single over Ozzy or Orlando, or hitting a blooper through the 5-6 hole. They were hitting piss rides down the third baseline, first baseline, into the gaps. And then all that just started rallying, dude. They scored what, four? No.
Six.
How
They scored 6 runs in the top of the eighth. Cause
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
dude, it was three
In the
nothing, and dude, like you said,
eight.
I was watching the game too, and I'm like, yo, like, you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let
Oh,
me let me turn my Wi-Fi off. But yeah, dude, no, that game was crazy. Like you just said, scored six, and they just kept it going.
and I was just wait, hold on. All right, there we go. All right, let's just restart with you watching the game. I don't know, it just like cut
All
out,
right.
like froze for a little bit. Just talk about when they the third baseline of that shit.
Yeah. So the Mets, dude, there was just base hit after base hit, and it wasn't no like bloopers either. Like not a blooper over Ozzy into the outfield or Orlando. It was hard hit ground balls, third baseline, first baseline, 5-6 hole in the gap. And then yeah, they scored six in the eighth. And I'm thinking, I'm scratching my head. I'm like, oh shit, dude, that win percentage or that win probability is what they call it. It's going up a lot. And um, you guys had a ballsy move, dude. Y'all pulled out Edwin game one, and Eli White, I think his name is, he got on base. He's our speedy outfielder. And then we rallied a little bit, and bases loaded. Ozzy comes up. I'm like, bro, if there's anyone in this lineup that I want to have this at bat right now, it's Ozzy. I just don't try. I don't trust Matt Olson right now. I just don't. And he got a fastball like middle, and he missed it by like that much, dude. He still creamed it off the wall. But when I heard the crack of the bat through my TV, oh, I just put both hands up. I was like, it's gone. I was like, grand slam, dude. Let's go. But base clearing double. Let's go. What was it? 7-6, and then, of course, Lindor just had to show up, hit an absolute bomb,
right on time.
Make it
Right on time.
right on time to hit an absolute nuke. Made it 8-7, and our offense just couldn't rally it together. But we did win game 2, 3-0, and it was nice, dude. Like, nice seeing, and then Braves celebrate, and then both of them just being like, hey, we did just compete pretty much all day for the playoffs. You didn't sweep us, we didn't sweep you. Fuck the Diamondbacks. We're playing in October, baby. So, yeah, if you're a Diamondbacks fan, how do you feel? Game 1, you're like, let's go Braves. Oh, actually, fuck the Braves. Let's go Mets. And then game 2,
back and forth.
it was just
No, it was very stressful. To see Edwin Diaz, the collapse of his trumpets and his celebrations and everything, I'm like, this is not the Edwin Diaz of old. And it was scary, dude, because I don't know, like, my area, the game cut off at the 9th inning, so I only got to watch the 2nd through the 8th. And I was like, dude, like, I can only listen to the 9th inning because I think the New York market picked up the game since it was so good and blacked it out, which, you know, that's just terrible. I hate baseball for that. But I listened to it, and I was like, dude, Diaz is going to choke this. I was like, just you can't, like, I don't know what the hell the Mets were doing in the first 7 innings, but they came to life in the 8th. And look, the Braves, they play up to whoever they're playing, especially a divisional rival. No matter how many pieces you take away from them due to injury or, you know, whatever the case may be, they rise up to the challenge, and they did. But as soon as Diaz Braves had runners on 2nd and 3rd. As soon as he walked the next batter, bases loaded, I knew in the back of my mind. I was like, I don't know how many runs they're going to score here, but I know they're going to score runs. And like you said, Ozzy let that one loose, and thank God, because if that ball went over the fence, if it had about, what would you say, 5 or 6 feet more in the air, it easily would have been gone, and we could be having a very different conversation right now. The Mets could have been out, the Diamondbacks are in, the whole playoffs picture is completely different. But my goodness, I mean, people were saying that was a top 5 game of the year. I was listening to the broadcast. The broadcasters were saying that it was the best game the Mets have had in their 63-year franchise history. So I was like, wow, that's a lot of props there. But like I said before, dude, on June 2nd, they had a 7.9% chance to make the playoffs. You know, I was on this show talking about how they should sell the team. Alonso's gone, like, get rid of everybody and just rebuild from scratch. And one player meeting and a guy from McDonald's is the reason. And a song called OMG. They could be the recipe for the Mets, you know, ultimately making a run at the World Series. So I'm just like, relax, okay? Like, I'm like, all right, they're October bound. That's all I really care about. You know, I don't really give a hoot or holler about how much noise they make in the playoffs. Obviously, it would be nice, but just seeing them play in October, it's awesome. And I'm sure you feel the same way about your Braves.
I'm kind of on the fence. I'm like 50-50. I'm like, hey, we have a streak going, like 6 straight years of making the postseason. Like, that's cool. But right before game 1 starts, Chris Sale is out for the series.
Yep.
Grant Holmes is out for the series. Swallenbuck's out for the series. some other players are out for the whole series. You throw a guy in there for game one who was never pitched in a playoff game in his life, and he gives up a 4 spot, and we lose the game 4-0. It's like, at that point, I would rather just be swept by the Mets, because this year, like, this was the most frustrating year as a Braves fan since probably like our last few years at Turner Field. It's just like, damn, dude. Well, this year probably hurts the most because everyone had this team being a World Series favorite in the National League. People had the NLCS being Dodgers Braves. Dodgers Braves. And that's been a rivalry for the past couple of years now. 2017 or 2018, they beat us in the NLDS. We meet again in 2020. We blew a 3-1 lead. We come back and beat them the next year and win a World Series. Like, it's been a good little rivalry between us and LA. And I don't know. Riley's been out for, like, I could literally talk about all the players that we've had missing.
It was Strider, and then you go Acuna was next, and then it's like
it's just the Grim Reaper. It's just the Grim Reaper going through the whole starting 9, and it sucks the worst because Matt Olson hit 56 bombs last year, 54, 56 somewhere in there, and he barely made it over 20 this year. Barely. Right. Had a really, really bad year. It's like, I mean, I get it, dude. It's baseball. There's going to be slumps, and baseball's a super hard game. But, like, dude, we gave up Freddie for you. For you. Right. Like, Freddie was kind of that guy when, I mean, shit, dude. When we sold everyone, the Upton brothers, Jason Hayward, Dan Uga, Martin Prado, dude, we had Chris Johnson as our third baseman after Chipper left. Evan Gattis was gone. McCain was gone. All of our guys were gone. Kimball, everyone. Freddie was there, and he kind of held that team together from when it was so shit. Like, he was the guy that we could always rely on, and that was the first test for Matt Olson this year, and he didn't do it, in my opinion. Not at all. So it's just super frustrating, and I don't know. The Braves are down 1-0 against the Padres right now. We do have Max Fried going game 2 tonight. And many are saying this is the last game we're going to see him in a Braves jersey because he went through arbitration. And that's just like a super awkward moment between you and the ball club. And that could really, like, damage the relationship between you and your team. So, I don't know, man. It sucks. And hopefully we win games 2 and 3. I pray.
Yeah, it's rough, the wild card, man, because it's like, man, if you lose 2, it's like if you lose a series, you're out. It's one series. It's not the first of 4. It's not best of 7. Best of 5 is, or I'm sorry, best of 3 is tough.
Yeah, it is.
So, but hey. 2 very opposite reactions of the spectrum here. But hey, we're both October bound. And look, Mets are always recruiting for fans. So if you just want to be a fan in October, Kyle, after the episode, we'll send you over our contract and we'll do. But hey, now I say that now, and then they'll choke against the Padres the next 2 games. But moving on to some NFL talk. We are headed to the fantasy football rankings. Let's get it. All right, Kyle, we're digging through the weeds now. This one actually took us quite a while to kind of come up with, but
yeah,
fantasy's weird. It's very weird here. Tight ends are all shit. There's not a good tight end.
Dog shit.
Besides
this year.
1 or 2 guys, fantasy wise. And in the NFL, I guess, for that matter. A lot of injuries, a lot of guys on IR, a lot of guys out for multiple weeks. You saw the Grim Reaper was out last week with Rashee Rice. Weird year for a lot of teams. But we have come up that we are going to pick a top 3 NFL teams that are producing the best fantasy players. So, for example, you look at the Kansas City Chiefs, they have Patrick Mahomes, they had Rashee Rice, they had Pacheco before he got hurt. They have Xavier Worthy, Travis Kelce. Which teams, top 3 teams in the NFL, have the best players at every position that totals best overall? Hopefully, Kyle, does that make sense, or am I just saying words over here?
No, when you told me before the show, I was a little confused, but it does make sense. It's the top 3 fantasy teams with the best players, if that makes sense. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a little unique today, but Matt ran it by me and kind of explained it, and I was like, yo, that's pretty cool, so let's give it a shot.
All right, Kyle, you want me to go first, or you got the honor today?
I'll take the honor today.
Go ahead.
No honorable mention today. We honestly could have, because when me and Matt started looking at all the teams and all the different guys,
maybe, but no, we're gonna stick with 3.
Yeah, we'll just do 3 today. Number 3, I saw this today. Someone called this city a dynasty. I'm going with the Detroit Lions.
Wow,
number 3.
A dynasty? Nah.
Just because they won against the Astros today.
Okay, yeah, the city. All right.
Yeah, the city. Jared Goff, dude. Huge Jared Goff believer right here.
Perfect game.
Perfect game. That was pretty sick. Because usually, I don't know what it is between the Seahawks and the Lions, but every time they play each other, it's just a battle, dude. High scoring, down to the last play, just battle. And he went perfect, dude. And JMO was eating, had a 70-yard touchdown. I don't know how y'all's fantasy ranking or fantasy works. Mine is a 40-yard plus at certain points, 50-yard plus is more, 75s more, and so on and so forth. JMO's been eating for me personally. Amon Ra is
yeah, no, he's getting a lot of catches. He's getting a lot of
he's getting a lot of catches. Just like weeks 1 and 2, he just wasn't getting open, or Jared Goff was just mad at him because JMO was
right.
Or Amon Ra slept with Jared's wife, that type of thing. So, and can't even forget about Gibbs and Montgomery. Montgomery's overtime performance week 1 single-handedly won me week 1. That was just a 1-2 punch, dude. Gotta love that. Jameer's always been playing great. So number 2, going the Vikings, dude. Sleeper. Sam Darnold. You called it, dude. You said if Justin Jefferson if he's playing good, and if Sam Darnold could throw him the rock and just make it catchable, they're going to be a good football team. And that's what Sam Darnold's been doing, dude. That 90-yard plus touchdown, that was one of the best footballs I've seen thrown in a long time. It's just between 2 or 3 defenders, didn't even break stride, just bam. Right there, basket. Dude. And he just kept running, dude. So Aaron Jones, I don't know how he's been doing fantasy-wise.
He's been doing actually really well. Okay, I have him in one of my other leagues, and he's dude, he's a solid 15 to 20 point performer every single week. So,
love to see that. And when Jay Jettis isn't open, he looks over and he sees Jordan Addison. Yeah. So, that's always nice. And number 1, they're a rival. Falcons play them Thursday night, baby. I'm going the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Dude, Baker Mayfield. I mean, I can't hate on the guy. I hated him at Oklahoma just because how much of a prick he was. But, dude, he is balling out. They had a really bad week against Denver. But, dude, he's 25 to 30 if Baker plays like himself every week. And then not even talking about Mike Evans. Mr. Reliable, dude. Mr. 1,000. Every year this guy gets 1,000 yards. And he's just been balling in fantasy. You have Chris Godwin. You got White, Rasheed White. I picked up Bucky Irving off waivers, and he hasn't been terrible. He's getting a few touches. So I like this list, dude. Just to run it by y'all real fast. Lions 3, Vikings 2, Bucks 1. Love the Buccaneers.
Did you even mention Chris Godwin.
Oh, I totally forgot. I
I'm about to
totally
say, like,
forgot. Yeah.
he's been the one because I have Mike Evans and Godwin's getting a lot of the touches.
Yeah, he is. Mike Evans, like week 1 and week 2, when they were just going on that, like when they were terrorizing um, Cleveland and some other team. Um, yeah, Chris Godwin was eating, or Mike Evans was eating, but Chris Godwin is really, really, really good too. So love the Bucks, dude. This year, I love them, but not tomorrow. Rise up, baby. Go Falcons.
Falcons, man, not looking too shabby. So, I have one of the two is similar, but starting off with number 3, I have the Seattle Seahawks.
I was thinking about them. I was thinking about them. I was like,
They were like, they just made the cut. Kenneth Walker is
Yep.
back, and Kenneth Walker is back. That's all you really need to know. And
Yeah.
I had Zach Charbonnet as a backup. He was dropping 20 bombs every single week too. So they've got the running back room down. DK Metcalf, let's talk about him for a second. He is amazing. He is back to that number 1 target in Seattle. Jackson Smith and Jigba is also a great target for Geno Smith to have. And let's talk about Geno Smith for a second, dude. I mean, he's not writing back. This is 2024. He's still not writing back. He's been playing excellent football. He's been getting the job done. They were 3-0 until they lost to the Lions, which is a very good team. Noah Fant, I don't know. He's not doing great, but again, tight ends is just a weird year so far. They're not producing the numbers that they usually do. But those first 4, they have 2 solid running backs, they have 2 solid wide receivers, and Geno Smith is throwing the rock well. Number 2, I have a division rival of yours, but it is not the Bucks. It is
Saints.
New Orleans Saints. Yes. Dude, a lot of playmakers. Alvin Kamara absolutely steamrolled my Dallas Cowboys, made them look like a JV high school team. 4 touchdowns, I believe he had. He's been playing excellent football. Chris Olave is getting open. I mean, dude, they dropped 47 points week 1. I know it was against the Panthers, but it was still 47 points. Rashid Shaheed, hello, welcome to the league. Welcome to fantasy football. He dropped a donut week 3, but every other week he's scoring 15 or more. Derek Carr is getting the job done down there in New Orleans. And a tight end that's actually doing something if he can stay healthy. Taysom Hill, who's always a good utility player depending on where he ends up, whether it's at quarterback, receiver, tight end, running back.
Dude, he's a 5-yard merchant, dude. When the Saints are 5 yards away from the end zone, they just run wildcat with them, and he scores literally 99.999% of the time.
Right. So with all those pieces, dude,
easy points.
Right. Easy points. He's getting the first down. He'll get a reception. But like you said, when they get down near the end zone, dude, they're just doing a QB power up the middle, and you're not stopping Taysom Hill. So I like what I see from the Saints, dude. They're a solid team fantasy wise. And number 1, dude, I have to agree with you. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are looking.
Let's go.
Really good. I know Rachaad White. I mean, you covered a lot of the big points, but Rachaad White is definitely getting a decrease of touches. But the number 1 guy I've been seeing who is escaping the waiver wire is Bucky Irving. I mean, this guy is like a hot cake.
I picked him up.
He is like a hot cake in Walmart on a Sunday morning. They are picking him up. He's been doing great. Mike Evans had another huge week. Chris Godwin. And dude, Baker Mayfield. Hey, can we take a second to appreciate Baker Mayfield for a second? I mean, this guy's playing some very excellent football, getting the job done for the Bucks. And this whole team is producing from top to bottom. They're producing. I apologize, I didn't really mention kickers or defense, but for the main skill positions, they're getting it done.
Yeah, dude, it's funny you say that because Seattle was definitely on my mind. I was thinking about them because I do have JSN and I did have Charbonnet on my team, but I was like, no, I don't know. And then I thought about the Saints, but I was like, dude, I feel like they're streaky. They're not going to keep this up all season
Yeah,
long.
yeah.
So I
The
mean,
two. So I agree with you with the Vikings. They were on the outside looking in, but the other team, I had the Houston Texans. Dude, Nico Collins. Oh my goodness, he might be the best wide receiver in the NFL right now. He's been balling.
yeah, he's going crazy.
Stephon Diggs is finding his way. Joe Mixon, when he can stay healthy, he's a great addition. So, although CJ Stroud, I would like you to score 20 plus consistently and not like 10 every other week. But that's my take on the fantasy rankings this week. Kyle,
Dude, I'm still waiting for the day we have the same list, just bang, bang, bang. But I feel like we're headed in the good direction. I've thought about all those teams you had up there. Really, really thought about the Seahawks. If we had an honorable mention, I was probably gonna put Seattle up there,
I also had the
just because.
Bengals in the discussion. I know they're ass and they're 1-3, but Jamar Chase. I have Zach Moss on one of my teams, and he's been excellent. Chase Brown, I know, has been doing really good too. So
Yeah,
just a name out there, but
but no, dude, this was a good episode, man. I enjoyed this. Two
Pro-
rivals showing some love to each other. That's always nice.
dude,
You're
it's prime sports season, dude. It's
Dude,
October.
I saw something crazy. Starting tomorrow, every single night there's a football game until November 27th. Yeah, clap it up, dude.
That's music to my ears. That is music to my
Clap it up.
ears.
And again, that's any kind of football. So some nights it's gonna be like Northern Illinois versus Ohio Bobcats or some shit. But
Wait,
hey, dude,
did you say New Year's? New Year's Day? Or
no, November
oh,
27th.
okay, I was about to say.
I mean, if I did say January, I
No,
don't
no,
think
no,
I
no,
said
no.
January.
I'm just tripping, but
No, yeah, starting tomorrow, football every single day until late November. So that's awesome. But good episode today, dude. You're happy about making the playoffs, but me on the other hand, I'm not. I'm really not so happy because they're probably gonna lose tonight. But nah, dude, this is fun. I liked it.
we got more coming up with hopefully we'll get Mr. Hutton back on the show. I'll have to work it out. Got to get some more UFC stuff mixed into the show, but
Yeah, got a big card coming up, so we need
his insight, his picks, everything in between.
yeah, I'm trying to throw my whole paycheck on his parlay to double it. So
You're crazy.
yeah, yeah, I need his help. But guys, that's gonna do it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out
Hey, we're
our
almost at
social
100
medias down in the
subs.
description. Come on, guys, let's push
10 away.
the
Hit the
channel
subscribe button.
to 100 subs. Let's try to get to 100 subs by
So the second
October 13th. October
Friday.
13th.
Is that a Friday? Probably not.
I have no idea.
Probably not.
Because usually that's when Friday the 13th
No,
falls.
Friday the
On
13th
like,
it's a Sunday, October 13th. Yeah. All right.
but that's the day. 100 subs by October 13th. Let's get it. I think you guys could do it.
Easily.
Come on.
Easily.
But if your teams are in the playoffs right now, your team's got a big game coming up. Good luck. Just lock in. I mean,
One game at a time.
one game at a time. Yeah, that's my dad used to say that when a big series for the Braves would come up, or one of my team's big game. He's like, hey, one series at a time, one game at a time. Just breathe, breathe. So yeah, man, your team's got a big game coming up. Just breathe. It'll be all right. But guys, hope you have a good one. We'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.